An Eden Prairie woman faces jail time after she was involved in an accident while allegedly texting on her cell phone. Last October, 20-year-old Amanda Manzanares crashed into a motorcycle on Excelsior Boulevard in Minnetonka. Manzanares told investigators that she blacked out, but phone records show that she was texting at the time of the crash. John Lordson has been following this story. And John, we hear all the downfalls of texting while driving. So it sounds like in this case, it's actually led to a felony charge.
Yeah, Amelia, Amanda Manzanares faces 6 criminal charges as of today, including 1 felony charge. Police say she exchanged more than a dozen text messages and 2 phone calls in the minutes leading up to the accident. She denied using her cell phone when the crash occurred, but investigators aren't buying it.
If you had seen me 2 months ago, you wouldn't believe it. So I couldn't get out of here.
The morning of October 7th is somewhat of a blur to Barry Lawrence. He was on Excelsior Boulevard riding his Harley-Davidson when he saw a car creeping into his lane. Barry says the driver's head was down, so he couldn't get her attention. And what happened next nearly killed him. 6
broken ribs, collapsed lung, and my heart went kaflooey, and I've never had heart problems.
Police say this is where the accident occurred. According to the criminal complaint, Manzanares was driving west here on Excelsior Boulevard when she began to veer into oncoming traffic. They say this is the spot where she hit 65-year-old Barry Lawrence, allegedly while texting on her cell phone. And that's not all. Investigators say Manzanares' 1-year-old and 3-year-old daughters were in the back seat while she was driving distracted. She also did not have a driver's license or insurance. Hi, looking for Amanda? Amanda Manzanares? When we stopped by Manzanares' home today, we were met by her mother, who told us that medication her daughter was taking caused her to black out. But phone records obtained by police show she had been texting just before the accident.
It can save your life or it can kill you. It's just like a gun.
At the press conference announcing the charges, John Cummings, an advocate for safe driving and whose son was killed by a drunk driver, said texting while driving is no different.
For what reason? Why? You know, just stupid convenience?
Barry Lawrence agrees, but says he feels bad for Manzanares because she's young and made a mistake.
No, I feel sorry for her. What a stupid decision to make, and she didn't mean it, but yeah, I don't know.
In the criminal complaint, Manzanares told police she doesn't remember the crash and that she blacked out just before the accident. She also told police that she heard her cell phone vibrating on the floor but was not using it. Barry Lawrence said as of now he has had 2 surgeries on his foot and has nearly $500,000 in medical expenses, but he could make a full recovery, Amelia.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
John, we know that it became illegal to text and drive in Minnesota back in 2008. Did investigators say if they've had many cases like this one?
Yeah, they say they've had a few that have led to accidents and injuries as a result of texting. And normally if you are caught texting while driving, it's a $300 fine in Minnesota. But in this case, because there was a serious injury, Amanda Manzanares is facing a felony charge along with child endangerment charges because her daughters were in the backseat of her car at the time of the crash.
All right, John, thank you.